All right, so we are live. So I am super excited because we're going to be talking about ways to grow your sales on Amazon and some of the growth opportunities that are out there. There's so many levers you can pull, but how do you know which ones to pull? And, it's one thing when people just come up with theory, another thing when they have an actual case study. So I'm excited because we have a case study to go over here as we're going to be talking about growth opportunities. So just to make sure everybody can hear me, we might do some giveaways just as a quick little word to the wise folks. If you don't mind, click that little thumbs up icon, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Click the thumbs up to let us know that, yes, I can hear you. And then maybe comments, just because it is amazing how much, like, right as we came on, it was like the microphone I thought was going to be connected wasn't connected. So just got to make sure, is it actually connected still? And so if you don't mind.
Hopefully it is.
Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. So if you don't mind, just comment down below, letting us know that you can hear us, which is always a good thing. And again, stick around because I like to do, what's the word I'm looking for? I like to do giveaways from time to time. So there might be some. There might be some.
Oh yeah,
right.
Especially over the years when we are thinking about VIP tickets with the content over the last years and
yes,
for the different summits.
Yes, so Christian is helping to tease into what we might be giving away here. So so on that note, Matthias Rao says hi, or Matthias. How do I say that? If I said it wrong, I apologize. Matthias says sound is good. Ryan P says hello, Ryan P. I think you're the Ryan P I'm thinking of, but how are you? Also says loud and clear. So for those of you joining us, I'm also curious, where is everybody coming from? So while everyone's hopefully typing very quickly with their answers, why don't you tell us real quick, where are you joining us from, Christian? Are you joining us from Delaware?
No, Germany.
Gotcha. I was way off. Where in Germany are you?
Northern Germany, between Bremen and Hamburg.
Oh, okay. Cool. So to help people understand that, so Germany used to be East and West Germany, right? And you're from Eastern Germany, if I remember?
Yeah, born in East Germany, but after 1990, there isn't any split anymore. And so we have normally North, South, East, and West. But yeah, historically, long years, there was no North and South Germany. It only was West and East, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So interesting. Germany is, which looks like Matthias added the Y there at the end, which is good. But Matthias, how would I say that in a German context?
Matthias.
Oh, Matthias. Nice to see you, Matthias. Joining us from Germany.
But I thought Matthias is actually in Switzerland. I thought. Interesting.
Oh, you know Matthias?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you want to take a stab at that one?
Please. Poland.
Agnieszka?
Yeah. Agnieszka Anielska.
Agnieszka Anielska is from Poland. My wife is part Polish, so my children are also part Polish. We have Mark joining us from Germany, so that's awesome. And then we also have Benjamin joining us from New Jersey. So Matthias?
Yes.
Matthias, Angeliska, Mark, and Benjamin, since you guys all jumped in there.
I wanted to say somebody from Asia is missing, but Javeen now we are around the world.
Kumar is joining us. We have Facebook user joining us from Armenia. So if you're joining us on Facebook, it should be in the comment section. We've got that set up. There should be a link that says streamyard.com/Facebook. If you click that, we will know who you are. And so all you got to do is click that. And if you any other live stream you're in a group, it will forever more. Well, I mean, unless Facebook changes their terms of service, but you won't have to do it ever again. It literally takes 10 seconds. Like
The
you just
same
click that
problem
link,
when you're
a little
using
pop-up comes
Restream.
up, you authorize it, and then you're done. Like you don't have to even fill anything out. Since you're already in Facebook signed in, it already works. Stan is joining us from Canada, and Ryan is joining us from Connecticut. So for all of you who commented with where you're from, email me, Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com, and I will give you access to how about the PPC Q4 summit. So it was Q4, but there was a lot of very evergreen topics in it. So it's the summit we did back in October. So just say, hey, Kevin, you said I got for participating. We can always go back and rewatch because every now and then someone will email me like a week later and be like, oh yeah, I did. So Hush Zit Shop joining us from Munich, and Muqtada joining us from Pakistan. So dude, you definitely attracted a following from your homeland of Germany. We've got
I've
like half the people on here from Germany.
I posted it in Facebook, in 2 groups, in LinkedIn.
Oh, okay. Cool. So that's awesome to see. So for all of you who did comment with where you're from, email Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com, and I will do my best within 24 hours to grant you access to the PPC Q4 Summit. If you're watching this in the future, join us live so that way you can be eligible to win the goodies and the giveaways. Because every now and then someone will come to me like a week or 2 later and be like, oh yeah, I saw your live stream. Can I still get the free thing? No, you got to join live. That's you got to join live, and you got to participate when we talked about participating. I did say we would reward participation. So this is part of the PPC Mastery Summit's not Q4 edition, I guess Q2 edition. So for those of you joining us, I know some of you are VIP, some of you are in our Maximizers Club, but if you are not a VIP and you'd like to get a VIP ticket, should we do a giveaway of a VIP ticket to this summit? Just one? Okay.
Let's do it after our session.
Oh no, there will be more fun things to give away later.
Ooh.
This is just a one-time giveaway. There will be a bigger giveaway later at the end. So we want to tease that and keep that open loop. So for all of you marketers, which we should all be thinking of ourselves as marketers, we want to keep that loop open to get people to watch to the end. So hopefully it helps entice people to watch to the end, because you might win something very valuable. All right. So somebody says only one. I just gave away a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. So, and we just said we're going to give away more stuff later on. So you're welcome. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. So let's do this. So if you would like to get the VIP upgrade, you're not a VIP, and you'd like to get the access to the recordings and some other goodies, just put in VIP in the chat, and we will do a giveaway to one person, just one, as Muhammad asked, just one. But we will have more giveaways later. We just gave a bunch of other stuff away. And who knows, we might throw in another one in the middle somewhere. So just type in VIP as in very important person into the chats, whether you're on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching from. And we will do a giveaway here momentarily. So just type in VIP into the chat, and we will do that. So while people are typing in VIP, Christian, tell me a little bit about Amalyze. Who is Amalyze and what do you do?
Yeah, we are what it's called software as a service. We are just a provider for data for your Amazon business to help make better decisions. So we are not the typical cooking book or so. So when you have an idea for your business, you will find solutions and answers in our tool. We have a huge database where you can go through all the different keywords on the different marketplaces. But on the other side, we combine that with our own data and our own specific views on that data with own solutions like buying power, where the organic traffic is coming from, the sales share in variation based on sales, not on reviews. In complete listing builder, that means flat file in, flat file out. Not only content, we are talking about all the different data fields with all the valid values you can enter. And so at the moment, we are also building up our advertising solution that is in open beta now. So a typical, but one of the best, to quote David Zimmerman, best Amazon SEO tools worldwide at the moment.
Awesome. Well, that's a nice compliment to you guys. Yes. And you guys have been doing a lot more to help serve the U.S. market, because for a long time you've been focused more on the European market. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, normally from the beginning on, we offered US market for the European sellers, but the next step is also get into contact with US-based sellers on the one side when they are going to Europe, but on the other side to use the tool also for the United States, of course.
Sure. Awesome. All right. So on that note, let's do a, or changing gears, I should say, let's do a giveaway. Now, there's no purchase necessary to win, but we do have to know who you are. So
we need to know the name.
We got to know your name. So we cannot force you to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, which there is a link in the description if you're in the Facebook group. It's default supposed to put it in there. And if it's not there, just go to StreamYard, just like it sounds, stream.com/Facebook, which I'm sure we all know how to spell Facebook. So you just go there. Literally, it sounds like we're like over exaggerating, like, oh, it'll only take a few seconds. No, it just pops up. Boom. There you go. And then resubmit. Because if we don't know who you are, we're not counting your entry. We want to count your entry. We want you to have a good chance to win. So we're giving away a VIP upgrade. So, all right. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not counting Facebook user. This is a duplicate. 8. So it's Jennifer says, what link is that again? It's StreamYard.com/Facebook. However, you don't have to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook unless you're in the Facebook group, because the challenge is if you don't authorize Facebook in a private group to show your name to StreamYard, Facebook will just block it and just, all StreamYard knows is that it's a Facebook user, but they don't know.
And so we have a lot of Facebook user.
Yes. So whoever is entering as Facebook user, I appreciate the participation, but we are not counting your entry because we don't know who you are. So you have to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and enter. So now we have 9. And so I'm just going to say going once, going twice. All right. Close your eyes, Christian. Both of them. Out of 1 to 9, pick a number.
7.
7. Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Jennifer from California, who just asked a second ago about what was the link, that was very proactive of you, Jennifer. But you didn't have to go to StreamYard.com because YouTube is a public platform, whereas the Facebook group is a private platform. So because we already know who you are, YouTube passes that information along automatically to StreamYard. So we knew who you were. So congratulations to you, Jennifer Jobson. You get a VIP upgrade. So just email Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com and say you got the VIP upgrade to the PPC Summit. And if you already have it, we'll figure out something else to give you. So congratulations. And that is currently selling for $147, and it will go up in price between now and Saturday. And come Saturday, we just stop selling it after Saturday at midnight. So, all right. So enough of giveaways, which stick around to the end. That won't be the last giveaway. So I know somebody was like, just one giveaway? We've already done multiple, but we'll do a bigger giveaway at the end. So, all right. So on that note, Jennifer is very thankful, which we're thankful that you're here, Jennifer. So congratulations to you. All right. So you have a case study. Am I right, Christian? To go over some growth opportunities for folks?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you did.
So we have seen that in the audiences, in sponsored display in the Amazon audiences, you can now use Amazon Twitch. Twitch is a part of Amazon. And we have tried 60 days, a case study of gaining traffic through Twitch in different scenarios and also in different accounts, big accounts, only one product accounts. And I will show you the results. And after that, we can talk about if it was good, if it was bad, or if it is sensible to try this in your own account. And I have all the data prepared in the slides, and we will go through it.
Awesome. Well, if you share your screen, I will bring it on up. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So, of course, we are here in the PPC Mastery Summit, and we want to talk about external traffic with sponsored display ads and Twitch. Everybody hopefully knows Twitch. Normally, you're seeing people streaming there, but when you're scrolling down, you see advertising banners. But directly in the stream, you can find from time to time specific product ads directly linking to your products. It looks like this, or it looks like that. You don't need to use Amazon DSP for it. You can use Amazon DSP for it, but there's a better measurement behind it. So we are only talking about the normal situation of using sponsored display ads directly to Twitch. You only have to choose the audiences. Of course, behind the audiences, you will find the Amazon audiences that are special build audiences by Amazon prepared. And so, for example, you can go into lifestyle, entertainment, Twitch, and you will find in Europe, for example, 8 different audiences: non-gaming, games, sports, console, top games, esport, PC game, mobile games, or else you can use the search field and you will find the 8 different audiences. And now you're just setting your ads on them. And that are the results. We will start with the results after 16 days. And we have over 23 million of impressions with less than 2,000 euro ad spend. So cost per mille, 0.08 euro. Average cost per day, 32 euro. And impressions per day, nearly 400,000 impressions.
So the cost per 1,000 views is about 9 US cents.
Yeah. €8, 9 US cents. Yeah, that's absolutely incredible.
Jeez,
I will show you at the end a few other scenarios.
Great.
But with that data comes one point. I will spoiler it at the beginning: no sales, no attributions. But that was the first reason we have looked into Google Trends. And you can see directly connections between our high impressions via Twitch and our searches in Google Trends for that brand. So we have direct fluctuations moving at the same time. And that is the interesting part. Of course, normally when you are on Twitch, you are not clicking on ad. You are seeing a podcast or a streamer and you want to go into the stream, and when you're seeing that, you open another tab maybe, or you're remembering the brand you have seen, and then somebody seems so is entering it into Google. So that is one of the most interesting parts, as we have seen it over the 60 days case study. No sales at the end on Amazon directly measurable to that ads, but Google Trends, higher search volume directly in the scenario. But you have seen it. There was one peak that is not connected to our Twitch impressions, but these were the after Eastern returns from our point of view. So higher search volume for the brand. Of course, everybody wanted to get rid of their presence they have got for Easter, maybe. So you need to have a deeper look in the different data. That is one problem for that data. When we have opened the complete funnel. We have spent a lot of money, or we have tried to spend a lot of money, but you're seeing in the highest peaks, we were able to spend 180 euro per day and gain 1.7 million impressions with it, with a CPM of 10 cents. So we tried to get as many as possible impressions into our funnel and wanted to see what is happening. What happens in detail was really, really interesting. For that 3 days, we have worked with a bit of 0.27 euro. And we have seen normal behavior in all that audiences, excluding sports viewers and esports viewers. As you can see it here, less than half of the impressions, and absolutely low, not maximum lower, but a low CPM in comparison to the rest. You're seeing it 0.07, for example, for the esports. So that was really, really interesting, but at the end, that wasn't so cool. So in the next step, we have only tried to focus on non-gaming. Of course, the Twitch audiences at all, the customers on Twitch are not only gamers. We know that since 2 or 3 years, the development in the audiences is changing, and we have reached only 2.4 million impressions, but the cost per mille was down on 6 cents. So interesting for the reach. No sales, as I mentioned at the beginning, no sales at all. That is really, really hard. But when you're thinking of a complete funnel, then that is maybe an absolute no-brainer to use to get impressions at a maximum of amount. So we are talking a really, really high impressions here. But when we have figured out another problem, not the only thing is that there were no sales attributed, we have seen fluctuations over the days, changings. We really don't know what was happening with the same spending, the same budget, the same audiences, the same CPC. We haven't changed anything, and we are seeing fluctuations. And not only in the non-gaming, it was completely up and downs, and also with the higher budgets and the complete audiences on, we have missed 3 days. We don't know why, but make sure when you're using sponsored display and Twitch, you will see such situations. But you're seeing also that with less than 1,000 euro comes nearly 13 million of impressions. So that is impressive when you're building up the upper funnel and you want to gain an absolutely momentum of impressions. Back into details, we are then switched back to all audiences on, and we have tried to see what is happening in the 2 weeks from April 29th to May the 14th. So you're seeing the data is only 3 days old, and we were down to a better CPM. You are seeing it right in the average 0.07, so it's even lower than before. That was really, really interesting to see for the reach when we are only talking about gaining absolute amount of impressions. That is really, really cool. But still low performers when it comes to sports and esports. We didn't know why, but that is the situation at the moment. And last but not least, for a good case study, you need to try with higher bids. We didn't have used €1, €2, €3, so we only have added 20 cents, so 0.47. And the CPM was higher, as you can see it on the right, but not extremely higher. And we reached with, you can see it, 380 euros, spending 3.6 million of impressions. But you maybe see what is happening here. And yes, as I said, no sales attributed in the channel. So maybe don't try this in your account. So last but not least, I've said it, one was a big account, the other one is one product account. And here we have started also in March. and the month of April, we have only used non-gaming. That's the reason why you're seeing here over 3 million impressions in the non-gaming audiences. And you're seeing higher CPMs. Of course, it's another account, it's another product, and you're seeing here nearly doubled CPMs. So it's not always as cheap as the beginning with a specific case study from a bigger account. Sometimes it's going higher. You're seeing here 1 CPM is 0.31 for the game viewers. That is absolutely 3 times up to 4 times higher than the case study before. So you need to figuring out what is your cost per mille. Why cost per mille for that scenario? Of course, it's only about the impressions. We are not interested in the clicks. You're seeing the click rates is 0.03%. And as I said, no sales attribution here, but it's absolutely easy to use and easy to implement. Just open it up, go on Twitch, audiences, one of the biggest streaming channels with YouTube and TikTok. So you will gain your impressions. Yeah, you need eyes on your brand, eyes on your product. And after that, as you have seen it, the searches are sometimes going directly to Google. And after Google to Amazon, there is no attribution connection. So as long as you're not working with Amazon DSP or specific landing pages and combination with Amazon attribution. And the low cost per mille is incredible. I've searched a few older CPMs. In the middle, you can see, okay, the CPMs on social media are going down from 730 to 524. But on average, the CPMs Facebook, $7. Cost per mille Instagram, nearly $8. YouTube, $10. Pinterest, $30. 30. Twitter, 6.4. LinkedIn, 6.5, nearly 6.6. And we are talking about 0.0 cost per mille while using Amazon Ads sponsored display to Twitch. But as I mentioned, no sales in the attribution. So you need to measure off Amazon effects. As I said, Google Trends, you need to also go into your shop. In the moment, I'm not able to show the stats from the shop course in the seasons of that accounts, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Eastern. So there are typical changes in that season. So we are not able to get a real hard cut between shopping behavior and additional behavior from Twitch to Amazon. So that's interesting.
Right, real quick.
Yes, CPM.
Christian, do you mind just clarifying what CPM means for those who are not familiar?
Yes, cost per mille, cost per 1,000 impressions.
Got it. So every 1,000 impressions that ad is viewed, you're charged.
Yes.
Now,
no, you're not charged for. We are just playing the CPC, the cost per click game. But
okay, I get you.
The 2,000 euro costs were for the 23 million impressions with I think 2,000 clicks or what it was. But you need to calculate it on that way. Of course, we are talking about reach strategies, and when it's coming to reach, you always have to measure in cost per mille how much money you have to pay for 1,000 impressions, like in the newspapers, on the websites, and so on.
Right.
We were able to get 7,591 clicks directly on the ads, but that's a click rate of 0.03 and no sales behind it. So we are not talking about that, and the costs we are connecting to the cost per mille. Of course, it's more handsome to work with that, and it's easier to understand. Of course, everybody on Google, Facebook, other social media is talking about CPM, and that is absolutely incredible. At the moment, the costs are absolutely low. And so from my point of view, even as there are no sales directly connected to Amazon, but with a lot of impressions directly on one of the biggest streaming platforms. You can decide if you want to try this in your account. But when we are talking about ad spend, about 60 days, 2,000 euro, you are losing a lot more of money with bad auto campaigns or with other product targeting ad strategies. At the end, you're seeing more sales, but okay, then you have an ACOS of 200 or 2,000, whatever. Here we are just playing at the top of a funnel. We only want is impressions. Every impression is a one auction. So somebody else is not shown on Twitch, but we were shown on Twitch. And I like that strategy. Especially when you are going into a big momentums and seasonal events like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Father's Day, Easter, and summer holidays. What is connected to your product portfolio? Of course, you need to be in the view of the people while getting entertained, and we are seeing your brand. Okay, interesting, and seeing it again, and then after a few days or what else, we are starting to think about, what do I need? I've seen that brand, so it's more a psychology strategy to get in their mindset while showing all the time the products and the ads, and that's the interesting part behind it. But when you're on the search for profitable strategy, then it's also a cool case study. Of course, now you know what you don't need to try in your account.
Gotcha. So some of this it depends. And we're getting some people have questions because this is completely counterintuitive to how you would think about doing advertising on Amazon. But to your point, like if you were running billboards, like when you think of like the TV show Mad Men, it's like 1960s. Yeah, or the Super Bowl today, or just, like I've gone to like local networking groups and there's always somebody selling print ads. And, that is 100% CPM because pre-internet, pre-Amazon, Google, Facebook, whatever, there was no knowing what your results were. In fact, they didn't even really know what the CPM was. They were just kind of guessing to a certain level of accuracy and precision.
Yeah.
I mean,
they've looked on the streets and figured out how many people live there, and normally, okay, when they are moving,
there's a little bit of we think it's about this many people.
Yes, absolutely. That is absolutely.
So, at least on the internet, it's never perfect, but the data is going to be a lot closer to perfect than it would be in the offline world. So, the question here is, did you optimize the bid for page visits or for conversions?
Yep.
Since you have those options in
these are the two options while starting with campaigns. I have missed that slide. We have used the page visits first. Of course, we wanted to see if we get people from Twitch to our product detail pages. Of course, that should be the first step. After that, you can, on the one side, change it to conversion or set up specific conversion-oriented strategies. But in the first scenario, you need to know how big is the possible reach. Of course, when you're building up a funnel, you need to understand at first how big is your possible reach. Of course, when you directly start with conversions, you only see a limited maximum of reach, and you don't know what is the big possibility behind it. That would be maybe the next step, but as we have seen it before from other strategies, from sponsored display ads for impression, for conversion, for clicks or for traffic, we didn't have seen huge differences. But here in that strategy, the first strategy was to only get as many as possible reach on Twitch and a maximum amount of impressions.
Good deal. Now, one question that came in here which is probably on everyone's mind. So good question here, Benjamin. What does all the impressions help if no sale? So
first, as you mentioned, normally if it is a newspaper, billboard banner or what else, you need your reach. In a normal marketing strategy in the upper funnel, it's all about impressions. When you're going to compare it, as you have seen the high numbers of YouTube, Facebook, and all the other social media, it's absolutely low price in comparison from $10 to 10 cents. On the other side, as I mentioned, you need to get into the mind of the people where you're seeing your ads and seeing your ads and seeing your ads. So you are influencing them, but on the low level, and again and again and again, not with the first intention, buy me, buy me, buy me. So more like that, hello there.
Right. Kind of just reminding them, I'm still here. We're still here.
Yeah. But not directly with a purchase intent. So buy me.
Right.
So that's the idea behind it. And we wanted to try it on the one side to show it's not working when you are counting on sales or you are looking for high profitability. But on the other side, when you compare it to the CPM, and that is absolutely crazy.
So if you have a situation where your product is very low margins, this might not be the right thing for you. But if you have a product that maybe is, people have to do a lot of like shopping around, it's a more expensive product, and they need more reminders.
Yeah, or also for big brands. When big brands are normally absolutely interested in one scenario, spend budget, or making sure the customers are seeing their product or seeing their brand. And the typical scenario from the customer psychology is you need 7 contacts until the purchase. And that is, from my point of view, the cheapest way to get in contact with an impression with possible customers. And I haven't seen lower CPMs on any social media at all, also not on Amazon DSP. So that is one of the interesting parts. And I was really surprised at one side. Where are the sales? Maybe there's just a bug in the connection by Amazon. Who knows? But only to show in a use case like that is not only for the success. It's also helpful for other people who are thinking about it and trying, how can I gain maximum of impressions? Use Twitch. And the other ones, okay, it's cool, but I don't want to try it. Of course, I have no margin for that. So case study is also good, even if the results are not the lowest ACoS, the highest ROAS, from my point of view.
Yes. No, it's interesting that you took it on a CPM basis, even though they're not advertising it as CPM to you. They're advertising it as based on per click, but you're looking at what was my cost for every 1,000 impressions, knowing that you're still at least tapping into their psyche every time they get an impression. So what's interesting is I've said a couple times in this summit that we look at it as cost per click. They're advertising it as cost per click, but I theorize that on the opposite end, they might not use cost per click. They might say revenue per click. Or revenue per mil, actually, because you got to think of it. Amazon or Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or wherever, they only have so many impressions. It might be millions, but there's an inventory of them. And so they want to know for every 1,000 people that are coming in, how much money are they making? And so, for Amazon, that might be, what they're making off of your clicks plus what they're making off of sales. So if they show these ads, what is the likelihood it's going to result in the sale, and how much money are they making in clicks to get to those? So they're looking at it. I guarantee all these platforms are optimizing whether they say per 1,000 views or they have their own metric, but it's coming down to the algebra neatly gets to 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Whether they're looking at per million views or per. Yeah.
Only when it comes to the fact of if it is profitable. Everybody is talking about ROAS, ACoS, ROI, and so on. But when we're talking about the normal funnel, the first step is get in contact with as a maximum of hopefully relevant customers. And it seems that Twitch is a highly underrated platform in the connection with Amazon. And hopefully everybody has gained the news for that. Amazon and Pinterest are building up a community in the ad section. So maybe Pinterest is next. Hopefully better measured.
That would be very interesting.
Distribution could be better. But if you try it now, and normally everybody is using also the other social medias, And to bring it back to one comparable point, cost per miller, of course, that is the normal calculation in the newspaper, print, TV, Super Bowl marketing. Everybody is talking about that. Get eyes on your product, get eyes on your brand, and you can really, really easy and with a cheap price buy them through sponsored display ads on Twitch audience.
Got it. So really you'd want to look and see if I'm running these, what is my cost overall for all of my sessions that I'm getting. You might want to look at it from that standpoint. So there's a few ways you could skin this cat on the other end to make sure it's profitable for you, because you don't want to just be donating money to Amazon. So this may work well for some folks and it may not. So like anything, you just kind of got to test it out. So Muktada asks, we're not actually being charged for milli, which would be basically 1,000, just like millimeter, kind of think of it the same time. But we need it just so we can have an idea of how much 1,000 impressions cost us. Got your point. Okay, so yes, basically clarifying.
Or you're watching the other session with me where we have talked about the new PPC numbers game, where we also have talked about cost per order, cost per miller, and why it is important to have that in mind while judging your Amazon advertising.
Exactly. We got to look at it from different standpoints, because it's, especially as they add more of these different ad strategies that are becoming less and less direct response, that are higher up in the funnel, so to speak, you do have to start thinking from that standpoint, because a lot of these won't be profitable on their own. You have to look at them holistically. And Matthias also said thanks. So any other tips you have? And folks, feel free to drop in any other questions you have for Christian on the strategy, or just in general. So any other tips you have for running something like this?
Yeah, absolutely. Sponsored displays are absolutely underrated in the off Amazon possibilities and the audiences. We in Europe only have 2,000 Amazon audiences. You in the United States, I think you have 4,000 or nearly 5,000 different audiences. They are pre-built for you. You can find your specific avatar for your product. Go through it. Don't search in it. You don't know how they name it. Go through it, search through it, and try it. Don't wait for a case study where somebody is saying, yes, try this, and don't try that, don't try this. Try it by yourself and figuring out what is working for you. That's the important point behind it. And nobody out there has the time to go through 5,000 different audiences. But if you are the one which is going through all that hustle, you will be the one who gain the best results by trial and error, because you are doing it where everybody else is only focusing on sponsored brands, and where a lot of more audiences, not only the Amazon audiences. So the remarketing is in there, the retargeting is in there, and a lot of people only focusing on sponsored products, and they're missing the normal upper funnel. Course sponsored products is buy me, and the rest is more hello there. Maybe you're thinking about my brand in the next few days. I'm here, but I'm not getting. It's more like hello all the time.
Now, going back to what you were saying about audiences. So, like, for example, if you sell kitchenware of some sort and you're going after, let's say, an audience of kitchen channels. I mean, I'm making this up on the fly. So,
there are a lot of specific regions, healthy food, superfood, the chief, the cooking chef, the chef.
Oh, chef. Chef.
Where I think we have done videos 2 years ago. We were going through all the scenarios of specific audiences, and we are going live through all audiences and have figured out what is best for kitchen, what is best audiences for outdoor grilling, what is best audiences for pets. You will find cats, dogs, pet owners, and all that stuff. You can really go into details that is awesome with children, family, and all that stuff. but nobody has the time. So you need to find a few minutes to go through it and use more than only sponsored products. That's absolutely the best hack on Amazon is look wider than only the sponsored products.
Awesome. All right. So, another question came up here. How much margins do you think you should have to go for sponsored display audience type targeting Twitch?
Yeah, that's an easy answer. It depends.
Right. You've seen it, like anything in this business.
Yeah, $30 per day. That is nothing. You're wasting more ad spend on bad sponsored product ads sometimes while hoping for the next sale. In that time, I've gained 33 million impressions and all the outside effects of Amazon. So you need to focus on a specific budget. In Europe, one of the biggest brands in tools is using two different budgets. The one budget is direct measured to profitability, and the other budget is test budget and off Amazon and other connected attributed budget. So for something like that, we know that we are wasting ad spend we are wasting ad spend, but we know that the results are our brand gets more recognition. We are on Twitch without being directly on Twitch, and we are seeing more and more results in the mid and long run. And so that's the idea. We're splitting their budget directly measured for ROI, ROS, ACOS, and so on. And the other budget is for brand, for awareness, for reach, for testing. So maybe everybody should split the budget first into that two parts.
Because to your point, like if you were to do this same strategy with like, oh, I just kind of want to get in front of them with Facebook ads or Google display ads, it's going to cost you a lot more for every 1,000 impressions. Like probably 100 times more. Now this may go up over time. And, Twitch, you might argue maybe they're more engaged with the live stream than they are with your ad, and they're more likely to ignore it, but it's there. Like there's a book I actually bought on my team here at my Amazon guy. I bought everyone on my team a copy of Influence by Robert Cialdini. I don't know if you know that book. So Robert Cialdini is he is a professor at, I think, Arizona State, and he wrote a book. The original book might be like 20 years old. But the original book was all about what he calls the weapons of influence, which is kind of just his kitschy names for like how to influence people, like reciprocity, social proof. And if you look at a lot of like how Amazon not advertises, but just in general, how they run, it's a lot of out of that playbook, even though they may not have used his book. The principles he's teaching match up with a lot of what you see with successful online businesses. And he wrote another book called Prefluence, which is not as well known. One of the things he talked about was how sometimes just even subtly reminding people of little situations can get them to take certain actions. And an example he gave was, and this one kind of blew my mind. I was like, I got to see some data on this one. But the way he said it was that, let's say they had a researcher. And so they had someone across from the researcher, and the researcher intentionally knocked over a thing of pencils, like a pencil holder. Yeah. And whether or not the person who is really being kind of the guinea pig to find out the research, whether or not they helped with picking up the pencils, correlated to a picture on the desk, and whether or not the two people in the picture on the desk were like arms, around each other, or arguing, separated.
Yes.
And so what's interesting is, and he goes, and the craziest part is, the subjects of this study were like 18 months old. Like it's that deep ingrained into us, where things are influencing us all around us, and we don't even realize it. And so that was what he was saying. So this gives you a little more control of the influence around your potential customers is really where I was getting at with that long-winded story.
You need to look for the book of the father of public relations, Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Ogilvy.
No. Edward Bernays is a cousin of Sigmund Freud, I think. And he is the inventor of all of that stuff. He is the first one. The book is called Propaganda. And then it was renamed Public Relations. And your examples are really, really interesting. Of course, I know an example in the beginning of the 50s or so. Women were not allowed to smoke on public. That was not normal. Men are always smoking, and the cigarette industry was really, really hard into that problem. And they said, we want more women to smoke in public. And so he was like, okay, I will try, I will figure out a way. And so what he does was really simple. He paid models to go on the streets while smoking around the block all the time, the same models around all the time. So everybody in public, in the whole society, was like, yeah, where's the women smoking in public? And they are seeing it again and again and again. And so it gets normal. And all the people and the women changed their behavior and started to smoke outside, because they have seen women outside smoking. And for the men, it was beginning normal. Edward Bernays, Propaganda, that is such that book is, when you're reading through the examples, he has built it. When you're driving nuts, he has built it up studies that saying your behavior should be like that. It's that study, but that studies never happened. We are just stating it. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Absolutely incredible. I love such books. I'm absolutely into that.
I will definitely have to add that one to my list. I just looked it up, and it's almost a 100-year-old book.
Yeah, it's over 100 years old, but it's absolutely working in the same situations in that time. It's only, I think, 19 or 100 sites. You can find it on Amazon also. That's one of the best books about how to influence people for your specific goals. That is absolutely crazy.
What's interesting is we sometimes think like all the stuff, it's the latest hack and the latest trick. Sometimes it's the classic stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's good tips in the Bible. There's good tips that you can use in who's another good marketer from 100 plus years ago? Claude Hopkins. If you don't have a book on your shelf from Claude Hopkins, which I don't right now, it's at my other office down the street, but Claude Hopkins is another one. He's one of the original kind of fathers of direct response. And so you may be saying, yeah, but I'm on Amazon, but that's fine. There's still keywords, there's still algorithms, but at the end of the day, there's human beings making a decision based on a variety of factors. Maybe they saw the impression on a Twitch stream. Maybe the way you phrase something in a certain way really helped them understand the benefits. And so
we had a discussion on LinkedIn. We had a discussion on LinkedIn, I think yesterday, about Mr. Beast is now with Beastable on Amazon, and how to optimize his listings in SEO content and pictures and images. And I was just writing down, nobody needs to optimize Mr. Beast products. Of course, Mr. Beast is the king of external traffic. You don't need a title, bullet points, SEO, images. Of course, if Mr. Beast is having a product in his hand and is saying, buy it on Amazon, everybody knows how to search for it, how to name it, and they only want to purchase it. It doesn't matter what the PDP is looking like. That was a really, really interesting discussion.
Yes, very true. All right. So now we need to do a giveaway because we promised that. So if you would like a giveaway, we're going to give away all of the past events that Amalyze has sponsored, which is everything from 2021, 22, and now 23. So basically, not counting this current one, but all the past events. Plus, there was the Global Empire Summit in 2020. So Amalyze has been a huge sponsor of our events, and they've sponsored a lot. We're going to give away the recordings of all of them. So if you're interested in that, just type in Amalyze into the chat, just like what you see on Christian's shirt, AMALYZE. And if you're on Facebook, and if it just says Facebook user, we don't know who, you lose your ability for us to. So maybe at least put your name next to it if you never went to StreamYard.com/Facebook. If you're on YouTube, you don't have to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. But all right, so already starting to get some coming in. So I'm going to pull up the Wheel of Fortune. Well, it's not actually.
Yes, we are doing it again. I really like that. I really like that.
Yes, Facebook user, we don't know who you are. So I'm
damn
sorry. Yes, the Facebook user is not quite understood just yet. So for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
I think the funny thing is when you're going to Facebook and looking at the stream that is live, you're seeing the name.
Yes. Yes. So if we were on Facebook, we would see the name. But
yeah,
to make sure we're all on the same page, you got to put in your
I really love that. I really
name.
love that.
Joni Joker 1. Whereas that Benjamin. Who else we got? So
S&A.
Oh yeah, S&A. We got 2 people that have said Amalyze that are just Facebook users.
And it seems that these are different ones. Of course, one is spelled completely,
right,
both, and the other one is written normal.
So if you want to win, you got at least maybe put it in again, but put your name next to it, because otherwise we don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Then we've got, how would I say that?
Hochzeitsshop. It's
exactly.
a shop for marriage shop.
All right, so we have another Facebook user just wrote Amalyze. They didn't write Amalyze dash their name.
So to all the Facebook users, Amalyze and your name. Yeah, Tracy. Tracy got it.
Okay, good. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy's Tracy's been at several of our events before. Welcome back,
and
Tracy.
Mike also entered it.
All right, so this is going to be last call here in a second.
Mariusz, you have entered your name now correctly and connected it with StreamYard /Facebook.
So we have Tracy.
Turtle time.
We have Mike. We have Hamza. We have Marius. And we have Abby. All right. So going once, going twice to win all of the former. Still got somebody on the screen.
Do we have 16? Oh, there's another one.
Oh, another one coming in?
Yep. 7,
Brandy?
17, I think, should it be?
Am I missing somebody?
I don't know. Is there a number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Unfortunately, there's not. So, all right. So taking it from the top, because I got to run here in just a minute. So I've got Stan, Mateus, Muqtada, Joni Joker, Verazdat, Benjamin, SNA, Hushta, Mark, Agnieszka,
Tracy,
Mike, Hamza, Marius,
yeah,
Abby,
all of them.
Brandy. All right. So on that note, let's see who's the winner.
Stop
the
it!
The suspense is killing me. Oh, Abby. That's good. The last 2 times I did it at the last second, it just went to the next one up. So congratulations, Abby. Just email Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com. Let me know you were the winner of the Amalyze giveaway. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you to Christian, and everyone have a great day. And for those of you who are VIPs, check your email because we're going live in the VIP room here in just a second.